What's going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball. Paul Goldschmidt is chasing the Triple Crown. Julio Rodriguez secured the bag, and the Angels are for sale. That and more coming up on this episode. What is going on? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. I am Alex, Normal Dog, that's Lewis, and we got baseball today.
We're gonna do this the whole episode.
Do what? A lot's happened since last time we recorded a episode, and my microphone was messed up, so you only got
It
like
was
half
just my
the episode.
podcast.
It's fine. Yeah. So we're just gonna sit here, talk about baseball for a little while.
Yeah,
That's what we normally do.
Yeah, talk about baseball. Maybe a little bit of hockey.
No.
Soccer.
No.
Football.
No.
Lacrosse.
No.
Badminton.
No.
Bowling.
No.
Cricket.
No.
Okay. Baseball it is.
Yeah, baseball. I mean, that's why we're here.
Baseball.
Baseball.
All
right. So where do we want to get started? Like, honestly, I'm ready to start wherever you wanna. We could start with the fact that the Angels are officially for sale.
Yeah.
The Angels announced, I believe, earlier this week that Arte Moreno, the team's owner, is in the market to sell the team. He's had enough. Obviously, clearly, he doesn't know how to run a team and create a winning franchise.
Yeah, with two of the best players in baseball history.
Right. So that's his fault. I'm glad he's selling.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, he's still gonna get paid. According to Forbes, the franchise is valued at just around $5 billion, which is a ridiculous number, and I guarantee you that that's probably like where the bidding starts. I don't know of anybody who's currently like in or looking into it. However, I do think this is going to be like a Nationals Juan Soto situation, where anybody who wants to buy the Nationals before the trade deadline was saying to Mike Rizzo and to the owner and everything, hey, lock up Juan Soto first. We want to guarantee that we have this generational talent. And I could see the same thing happening for Shohei Ohtani, who is due to be a free agent after next season.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that... You asked me this question earlier this week. Do you think that they'll re-sign Ohtani before he sells the team? What's the point?
It's to
drive up the value.
Not only drive up the value, but it's also to secure that the next owner coming in has something to build around. Like the Angels.
Okay, someone's not going to be like, no, I'm not buying the team because Shohei Ohtani's not there anymore.
No, but I'm saying that it's a big incentive.
If they want to buy a franchise, they're gonna buy the franchise.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm saying that it's a big incentive for a buyer. Like, would you rather buy the Angels with or without Ohtani?
I mean, obviously with, but like,
yeah. And that's it's a straight.
Who pays him? Would it be?
Who pays him?
Well,
I don't know.
Arte Moreno should get the GM to sign him for a record-breaking deal, because then the next owner has to pay it. That's actually funny.
That's such an Angels thing to do.
Yeah, that's actually funny, because he just signed him for like $600 million for 10 years, and just like, all right, you pay him now, not me.
That's
Hands
actually
off.
a very fair amount for a guy who could win the Cy Young and the MVP and hit 50 homers.
He's not making $60 million a year. There is no way. I don't care how good you are. $60 million a year is insane.
So let's see. Max Scherzer makes $43 million a year just to pitch, and Bryce Harper makes like $35 million a year just to hit.
Okay.
And Shohei Ohtani does both.
But like,
at an elite level.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't like the idea of that. Making $60 million a year for Shohei Ohtani.
Oh yeah, it sounds crazy. It absolutely does.
Because it is crazy. Who the hell's making $60 million a year? Like, no one. Yeah. Right. I wish.
Yeah, me too.
I forgot.
But I think it's gonna be interesting to see who buys this team, because sure, like the Nats were the most recent team to also go up for sale, but the Nationals and the Angels are two very different franchises. The Angels could very easily be purchased for at least double what the Nationals are asking for. It's going to take a special buyer. And in my opinion, Steve Cohen should buy them.
No.
It would be fun.
No, it would not be fun. How is that fun at all? I don't think, as a fan of the Mets, or even the Angels, or any team, I wouldn't want to have an owner that has another team in the league.
Oh, no.
No, because then the focus is on both teams.
When this news came out, I said to somebody who I was with, I said to him that Steve Cohen should buy the team, and we looked into it. It's actually a conflict of interest. Like, he's not allowed to own more than one team. Like, nobody can own more than one team, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, Angels, good luck finding a buyer. Anybody who's interested in buying it, please hit us up. I would love to purchase a stake.
The normal baseball Angels.
The normal baseball Angels.
The California normal baseball Angels. Honestly.
We did put in a bid, but we haven't heard back yet, so we're just kind of waiting.
Our bid was like $8, something like that.
$8.50.
Not bad, though. Like, I'll take it.
Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
It's probably not the worst offer yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And my final question is, if you think someone's going to buy the Angels, do you think it's going to be a Mets situation where it's like, okay, the Mets just got bought, Uncle Stevie
coming
in, just getting all the like players and building like a championship team out of what seemingly was not a championship team?
I don't know. I think that's a very rare occurrence because,
I mean, it just depends. It really just depends on.
It doesn't just depend on who buys the team, though. It also depends on what staff gets hired. Like, Steve Cohen has Billy Epler in the front office, and he did do some changing of, like, staff and management and stuff. I mean, Buck Showalter being your your manager is very, very important. I hope that it's a situation like that because Anaheim and the Angels and anybody who's just a fan of Mike Trout deserves to see this team compete with this core of Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout. I mean, Taylor Ward has been emerging as a great player. Jared Walsh, Anthony Rendon, whenever he decides to actually come back and play baseball again. You know, like it's a good core that deserves to compete.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. But
and it would be interesting to see someone try to take on the Astros.
I would like to see just a new owner just come in and just buy as much as they want.
Mm-hmm. But pitching.
Okay, buy whatever they want.
It's been
the last. Pitching is part of buying whatever you want.
I know, but I'm saying that like in the last 15 years, the Angels haven't had pitching at all.
Yeah, no. Every 2 days, I see like one of those things like Shohei Ohtani was 4 for 5 with a triple, a home run, and 15 RBIs today. But the Angels lost 16 to 15. Yeah. I'm like, oh, wow.
It's like impressive. Nice. It's so upsetting. And I hope that the Angels, when they do get bought, really right the ship and create this generational team.
Me too.
Around these generational talents.
Me too. And then speaking of generational talent, Julio Rodriguez signed a massive contract extension with the Seattle Mariners. It could be a history-making contract extension, highest paid player in sports, or highest contract in sports. So it's a very complicated deal.
Do you have the breakdown on it?
I do. In the deal, Julio Rodriguez is guaranteed $210 million, and then if he gets to the max, which is a lot of incentives with MVP voting
and opt-outs and stuff,
yeah,
I believe.
Well, yeah. It would be $470 million, which is the largest contract ever. So the base deal is 8 years, $120 million. So what is that? A few million a year.
Just a few.
It's like
8 for 2.
Let's see. Come on. 8.
26 a year, basically.
All right. So $26 million a year. It includes this season, and then goes through 2029, and then after 2028, the Mariners decide whether or not to pick up a club option, and the size and length of the club option depends on how he does in the MVP voting. So, I don't know the exact deals with the MVP voting. I guess it's just like, if he's second or first or third, like in this year, like depending on how many times he places in that MVP voting and where he places depends on the contract size and length, which I don't think there's an actual number.
I read that he needs to at least place top 10 in MVP voting 3 times.
Okay. Well, I kind of assumed that. I just more meant like they want him like first if he wins MVP, and then if he's third in MVP,
there's different incentives for that.
Yeah. So the option is for 8 or 10 years, and depending on how he does in the MVP, it can range anywhere from $200 to $350 million, which wow. But if the Mariners pick up the option, the guarantee in the deal total, since he makes $120 million in the first 8 years, and even if he makes the bare minimum $200 million, if they pick up the option, he gets $320 million total, which it's more than enough. And then if he makes 350, then he gets whatever $470 million. If they don't pick up the option, he has a player option for the 8th year. That is for 5 years, $90 million, which is not as much money. He makes $210 million in that scenario, which is a lot as well. That's pretty much the deal. If you're Julio Rodriguez, you sign this massive extension. You know you're making $120 million, which is more than enough anyway.
Oh, of course.
First thing you're buying.
First thing I'm buying?
First thing you're buying. You sign the paper. First thing you buy.
You ever seen, like, those really old Daffy Duck cartoons of where he jumps into the pile of money and treats it like water, where he just, like, swims around it? I feel like that would be, like, my first purchase. Like, just a giant swimming pool full of money.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What would be your first purchase?
Probably a dog.
What would you name it?
Probably Milo.
What would you do to Milo?
I'd probably... I can't really say that. But... yeah, I'd name the dog Milo,
Per usual. Yeah, that's Milo.
That's Milo.
Wait, do we have the pillow down here?
No.
Unfortunately.
No, my pillow's at school.
Mine's upstairs.
But yeah, Julio Rodriguez, and I mean, looking at his stats this year, obviously he's been a young phenom this year.
I mean, if all it takes is 400, basically 400 at bats to get yourself $210 million guaranteed, I think I could make it. I could stand in the box 400 times.
Yeah, but he didn't just stand in the box. I mean,
he already has a 2020 season. It would take a miracle, but I would love to see a 30-30 season.
He could get,
it's possible.
There's a month left. There's like a month left in the season. He would need 9 home runs. He's currently at 21 homers and 23 stolen bases. He'd need 9 homers and 7 steals. I think he'll get 30 steals. The homers, I think he could very well get to too, but it's gonna take, a little bit of power, which I think he has. But I think he just needs to put it to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been doing amazing this year. He's batting .266, which has gone down as of late. I think if I look at his game logs, 797 OPS. He ranks very high among rookies. I think top 5 among rookies in like every stat category. Some of them he's first, But last 7 days, he hasn't been great. In the last month, he's batting .238.
Well, he's off of his high of signing that contract.
And I guess he's only started 14 games because of the suspension, I guess.
Suspension?
Yeah, from the fight he was... And then he went on the IL afterwards.
Yeah.
But in the last 14 days, he's played 12 games. He's batting .222. So is he starting to slow down? I don't know. And then the last 7 days, 6 games, he's batting .208, but he has a 728 OPS, which isn't bad. I want to shift over to the other big rookie, Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Because a lot of people, I think Julio Rodriguez is my rookie of the year. But there's a lot of people who say Jeremy Pena and Bobby Witt Jr. should get serious consideration, and like it's not as far apart as everyone thinks. Bobby Witt Jr. has 18 homers and 26 steals, 64 RBIs. He's batting .254 with a 744 OPS. And then Jeremy Pena, also Bobby Witt Jr. has been good defensively, I believe.
Negative 1.7 D-WAR, not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's Baseball Reference.
I don't trust D-WAR.
He has made some spectacular plays though.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know,
I think
Julio Rodriguez has been really good defensively too. And then Jeremy Pena, he's batting .244, 697 OPS with 16 homers, 45 RBIs. I don't think Jeremy Pena is in the race.
I don't think so either.
The other guy,
Adley.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw you pull it up. Adley, he hasn't played enough games.
I don't think that he has,
and I don't think by the end of the season he'll have played like 90 something games. I don't think he's played enough. He's batting .254, 809 OPS, but and then the counting stats are obviously lower.
Yeah.
His defense has been incredible. Just all around, he's been incredible so far, especially for the Orioles, who are they currently in a wild card spot?
No, they're a game and a half back
of a wild card spot.
And the Orioles have been one of the fever dreams of this year.
They have, and it's been fun to watch.
It's been a lot of fun to watch. They kind of just like watching the games, because I personally, it's crazy to say that I've sat down and actually watched Orioles games, like start to finish type of thing, from time to time. And it's so crazy to see how, like, sure, their team doesn't have that big name $400 million player, like their $300 million player, like Carlos Correa, Aaron Judge, like one of those guys. But they all play as if they're worth that much from time to time. And you see them do it, and it blows my mind that, like, it's not even just next man up. It's like, I want to get this done because I know the next guy can come up and also get it done. Yeah. It's so interesting to see.
It's been really fun to watch. I've been watching, I watched the series against the White Sox last week just because I was, bored. I don't know. Those games were fun to watch. Felix Bautista, just a shout out. Everyone talks about Edwin Diaz's closer entrance, but his is the whistle and then the lights flash all around. It's dope.
Yeah, but give me Baltimore in the playoffs with that. I mean, I feel like this year there are a few closers out there that could change the game just by coming into the game.
Yeah, I mean, Clay Holmes was that guy. But Edwin Diaz has been that guy. Edwin Diaz has just been incredible. The Mets have been good.
The Mets have been good.
Yesterday they had their old timers day.
Yeah, Bartolo Colon started another game in a Mets uniform. Congratulations, Mets fans.
He did. I was gonna say shout out Wally Backman.
Shout out Wally Backman,
manager of the Long Island Ducks. He didn't play in the game, but he was there. Yeah. But anyway, what were we talking about? Baltimore, game and a half out of the wild card. The wild card currently stands. Tampa is half a game up on the Blue Jays and Seattle. They're tied. And then Baltimore's a game and a half. Twins are 4 games back. White Sox are 6 games back. Boston 7 games back. Everyone under that I kind of eliminated. Even the Red Sox I kind of
mentally have been eliminated.
Yeah, they haven't been eliminated on paper. I don't think any team has been eliminated on paper.
No, but the Dodgers are counting down. They already have their magic number is, I think, 16.
16, that's crazy. I mean, they are 18 and a half games up, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Magic numbers, they're starting to come back. This is a good time of year. I like magic numbers. They're very fun.
They're entertaining.
Yeah, I believe the Yankees is 30. I don't know anyone else's. I mean, the Mets, I don't think there's going to be a magic number in the NL East because that division is still close as it gets.
So, I looked at the Mets schedule, right? If the lead stays exactly how it is, right, that the Mets have 3 games up above Atlanta, give or take a game each way, right? So let's just say that going into the last week of the season, the Mets have a 2-game lead. The Mets and the Braves play a 3-game set in Atlanta in the second to last series of the season.
Okay.
Now, that might be the most important must-watch baseball of the year.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Although, I'd argue they can't really be 3 games back. It would have to be two.
They could, in technical terms, they could sweep.
Oh, well, I guess if it's the second to last series of the year, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it was the last series of the year, that would be crazy. I don't.
Well, even if the Braves did sweep that, the Mets would still.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying it would have to be 2 games. Yeah, that's why I was saying it would have to be 2 games.
Yeah.
But the Mets, who do they even play their last series? Let's see. The Mets, rest of their schedule, they got the Dodgers this week after they finish the Rockies. Then they got the Nationals, which is good. Then they got the Pirates, which is good. Then they got the Marlins, which is good. Then they got the Cubs, which is good. Then they got the Pirates again, which is good. Then they got the Brewers. Then they got the Athletic. They have a very easy schedule.
Right, they have a very easy schedule, and then they run into the Braves.
Yeah, but then they play the Nationals, so worst comes to worst, they just close out against the Nationals. What made them think it was a good idea to make them Nationals? Like, they should look at, like, what teams they think is going to be good.
Yeah.
But whatever. And then who do the Braves play for the rest of the year? I think they have an easy schedule as well. Somewhat easy. I mean, they have the Cardinals this weekend. They've won 1, they've lost 1. And then they have the Rockies, the Marlins, the Athletics. The Mariners might be a little tough. The Giants might be a little tough. Phillies are going to be tough. Nationals, Phillies are going to be tough again. Nationals, then they got the Mets and the Marlins. I don't know. The Mets certainly have an easier path from here on out.
The Mets have an easier path, but it also depends on what happens with the Braves. Because the Braves just as easily could win out as the Mets could. Or not win out, but they could...
Win out? Yeah, they're going to win the next 35 games.
I mean, like, they both could have the same record going into that Mets-Braves series. And can we take a moment to just realize how great both the Mets and the Braves have been? The Mets and the Braves have been close basically after the first month of the season?
A while. Few months.
But they've been, like, fighting for the division. The Mets have not lost it, but the Braves have gained a lot of ground and everything. And last night, August 27th, right? Yeah, last night, August 27th, was the first time since June 1st that the Mets won a game and the Braves lost. That is great baseball from the Braves. It's impressive.
First day the Mets won a game and the Braves lost.
So the first day since June 1st that the Mets gained a full game on the Braves. Not including the games where they played each other.
I was going to say, that's impossible because they've played each other since then.
No, but like, not including the days that they played each other.
It's scary for the Mets. I mean, like we said, they played each other, and like the Mets, they won 4 or 5 from them.
Yeah.
And went up, 7 games again? Yep. But now it's back down to 3. And as a Mets fan, you're like, damn, we lost 4 games. We lost 4 games down on them. That could very well happen again.
Oh, very easily. And the craziest part about it is that whichever team does lose the division, right? Whichever team doesn't wind up winning the division is going to be in the wild card. That's a guarantee because of the new playoff bracket, which is amazing. But I feel very bad for whatever team has to run into either the Mets or the Braves in the first wild card series.
Yeah, no. Either way, one of them is going to be in the wild card, which is a scary thought.
Yeah, because they can
teams are really good.
It almost feels. Is it safe? Do you think it's safe to say that barring the Dodgers putting it all together in the postseason, right? Atlanta Mets is like the NLCS collision course. Do you think that's crazy to say?
Mets what?
Mets Braves.
I hope so.
In the championship series, that would be fun.
I hope so. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, no, the like we said, the playoffs, it's ramping up. It's gonna be fun. We got 1 month left, a little bit more than 1 month, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
And one team we haven't really talked about that just got a very big piece to their team back is the Philadelphia Phillies. They have been very good recently.
I'm blown away that they survived without Bryce Harper.
Really, I'm not.
I only am because it felt like Harper was always the one to come up in the big moments. Like, I'm not saying that he always converted it, because he definitely didn't. But I just...
No player always converts it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that...
You just hate Bryce Harper.
I do, but I'm just saying that I'm blown away that they were able to not just tread water, but they actually gained a little bit. They're now in a playoff spot. It's good for them. Good for them. It's a good sign of things to come, because there are a few free agents coming this offseason that Philly has openly stated that they're going to pursue. So if they can make this wild card now, imagine what they can do with adding a few guys.
I would absolutely love if the Phillies got Trey Turner this offseason. I would love it. And I would love it. It would be so... They need it. They need a shortstop.
Yeah.
And another guy I want to point out...
Go sign Dansby.
Another guy I want to point out... They're not... No. No way. If I'd honestly... Dansby or Trey, I would be happy if I was a Phillies fan.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I hit the wrong page. My bad.
What are you looking for?
Nothing. Bryson Stott.
Love that guy.
Big Phillies guy. The last 28 days in 22 games. So last 28 games, Bryce Harper's been gone for a lot longer than that. But last 28 days, Bryson Stott, the young rookie, batting .311 with an .803 OPS. He has been a very big part too. Low key, sneakily, big part of this Phillies. We're in the playoffs. We're gonna win. We're gonna make the playoffs this year. Type feeling. Bryson Stott, who's another guy. Rhys Hoskins has been a very big part of it. Let's see him in the last month. In the last month, Rhys Hoskins is batting .229, but a 787 OPS on the year. He's got an 811 OPS. Their guys are getting it done. I know a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, Alec Boehm had a two home run game. They were both
3-run home runs.
They were both 3-run home runs, but they did wind up losing that game.
Yeah, against the Mets.
But I don't know. I'm really liking what's going on in Philly right now.
Yeah.
Very, very brotherly love like.
I agree with you. I think it's the Phillies having a team that's on the up and up, and their pitching, of course, has always been something that has to be addressed since their heyday type of thing. And I'm kind of happy that they went out at the deadline and got Thor, right? They got David Robertson. Like, they made additions that help Aaron Nola. Wait, is it Aaron or is it Austin? It's Aaron, right?
Aaron. Austin's the catcher.
Yeah, they got pieces that help Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, who, by the way, Aaron Nola just last night threw a complete game shutout. That was impressive.
Nola?
Yeah.
Did he?
Or a couple nights ago, he did throw a complete game the other night.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think it was last night. No, I do think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Or was it a complete game? Was it a complete game? Nola. All right, keep going. You keep talking.
But, yeah, Phillies are an interesting team. They're going to be, I think, one of the highlights this offseason. Not to look too far ahead, we still have to focus on the now, but the Phillies will be one of the highlights for what is to come in the offseason.
Yeah, complete game shutout.
Yeah.
Against the Reds.
Impressive.
On Thursday. Yeah. Like you said, Phillies pitching. Yeah. They're gonna do what they do. They're not gonna. Imagine they're in the division race by the end of the year. Like, they just keep winning. Is
that possible?
Of course it's possible. They're not mathematically eliminated.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm saying, like, do you really think it's possible for them to make?
I never said that. I said imagine.
That would be
imagine.
It would be.
That would be insane. I would love that. Let's look at the Philly schedule, and then let's see the Philly schedule. Philadelphia Phillies. The rest of the year, they have the Pirates this weekend. Then they have the Diamondbacks. Then the Giants, which is also doable.
Mm-hmm.
Marlins, good. Nationals, good. Marlins. Then they get the Braves. They could make up some games there. Then the Blue Jays for 2 games, which seems random, but if the Blue Jays are on one of their cold spurts, then That'll be good. Then they got the Braves again. They can make up games. The Cubs, Nationals. But this is the last series of the year. They got the Houston Astros.
Oh yeah.
So imagine, could you imagine they're like half a game out of the division, and then they get swept by the Astros. Oh, that would be terrible. Or they sweep the Astros.
I mean, Houston.
I don't know. I like the Phillies. Honestly, I'm rooting for chaos in the NL East by the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
That's all I want.
Chaos is always my number one priority.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'm so in, and I would love if two teams in the wild card, like for the last wild card spot, tied in either the American League or National League. I feel like that would be great as well, because I know that
would suck though.
No, there's two wild card teams that have that split the series, like the season series. I forget which two teams it is, but if they both make if they're both the last team in the playoffs, there's no way to decide who gets home field, rather than another game.
No, they're not. They just keep going to different categories to see. They see who has the better home record, probably.
But that would be boring.
But that's what they're gonna do.
I would protest that.
I mean, who has the best home record in the AL wild card, or rather, we'll look at the NL wild card. Home. Yeah, I think it's the Braves. They are 42 and 24. Yeah, they have the best home record, which I guess probably makes sense because, well, yeah.
It's crazy.
Playoffs are gonna be here quick. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I want to talk about.
If we're gonna just talk about the playoffs real quick, we just gotta mention that the Dodgers are, as of right now, look like the team to beat. I mean, they've won 49 of their last 51 games.
They look like. They just look so good. I mean, the team, everybody knew it on paper, and we're trying not to highlight them as much, not because we don't like the Dodgers. It's simply because everyone knows that they're there. You know, everyone knows. How many wins could they have by the end of the year? What's 80? Can you pull up your calculator real quick? Yeah. Lewis's math time.
Turkey math time.
Turkey math. Okay, what's 87 plus 38? 125. Now minus that from 162. They have 37 games left. How many do you think they would win? Do you think they'll win 30? If they win 30, they would be in 117 win team.
Out of 37 games left,
if they win 30,
they could win 35. Honestly,
they will not win 35.
The Dodgers are a powerhouse.
I say 30 is more being realistic. I think 30.
30 is a generous number.
Wait, so 20 would be. That's a 117 win team.
Yeah.
The Dodgers could win 117 games this year. That is ridiculous.
What's the all-time wins?
All time? I think that would beat the all-time. It's the 2001 Mariners, right?
Yeah. 2001 Mariners. Did they have 119? 116?
They had 116. That would beat the 2001 Mariners.
Just to win 30 games.
If the Dodgers win 30 out of their next the last 37 games of the season, which is very much possible because they just won 40 out of their last
51.
No. They were 40 and 9. Or 41 and 9 in their last 50 is what it was.
Oh.
They didn't go 49 and
no, I
2.
Can't read. I can't read. You're right. That is what it says.
But still, 30 and 7 comparative to 41 and 9. I guess it's 41 and 10 now because they lost last night, which we'll talk about in a minute. 30 and 7 seems very doable.
Very.
Even if they win 20, they're still an 107 win team. If they go 20 and 17 in their next 37, they're an 107 win team. That's insane.
That is insane. Good for them. I mean, it's wild. Absolutely
love the
wild.
Team. And they have Trey Turner and Freddie Freeman, who are first and second in the NL in hits.
Yeah.
Both second and third in the NL in average, I believe. They have Mookie. Cody Bellinger hasn't been terrible recently.
It looks like he feels a lot more comfortable in the box.
Yeah, by no means is he MVP.
No.
Joey Gallo's been actually decent. Like last night. Okay,
pitching,
we'll talk about last night, right?
Their pitching has been a wagon.
Let's talk about last night. So last night, they ran into a wall named Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah.
Alcantara, however you want
South
to say
Beach
it.
Sandy.
South Beach Sandy. They ran into South Beach Sandy, and they got mauled.
They got got.
They got got.
They got got.
They got got by South
Award
Beach.
Winner.
Yeah, like you said, the NL Cy Young. He has
close.
it in the bag.
And it's not close.
He has it in the bag, 110%. I mean, 6.9 WAR, nice
for a pitcher.
2.13 ERA. I don't think we said what happened. Yeah, so they ran into Sandy Alcantara, South Beach Sandy, his 4th complete game of the year. I believe it's his 2nd complete game shutout. Oh no, it wasn't a shutout. No, then it's just his 4th complete game of the year. He got into trouble in the 9th inning, but he got out of it thanks to Joey Gallo.
Thank you,
but that's what I was going to say earlier. Joey Gallo, if he was still on the Yankees, he would have struck out with the bases loaded in the 9th inning with 2 outs. This time he grounded out with bases loaded in the 9th. So he made contact.
That's improvement.
But yeah, no, 2.13 ERA in 26 games started. He leads baseball in innings pitched with 185 and 2/3. He's insane. He's gonna win the Cy Young.
Oh yeah.
His WHIP is 9.80. His FIP is 2.87. Just everything is just amazing. It just sucks that he's on the Marlins, but the Marlins might be good in the next couple of years. I hope so for Sandy's sake. I mean, he will be a big part if that team does.
Yeah. I mean,
go insane and start to get a division run.
His contract just looks better and better for the Marlins by the day. It's 5 years for $56 million within a team option.
Yep.
That's just a wild contract. It's so crazy that they're going to build around Sandy Alcantara or Alcantara, however the hell you want to say it. You know, like they're gonna build around a starting pitcher who is just an absolute workhorse.
Yeah, no, I love it. And then the AL Cy Young. I want to say that there is a guaranteed winner at this point.
In my mind, if I were the only vote, I would know.
No, I think just all around it's gonna be no matter what. I think Justin Verlander has it locked up.
Yeah.
He leads the AL in WAR for pitchers, ERA with 1.87. Huh.
God damn.
Wins with WHIP. He leads them. He is 9th in strikeouts with 148, which, you know, it's whatever. He's still winning games. It's insane. He's been amazing so far.
Kate Upton's husband has been one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It's really impressive.
I don't quite know.
31 earned runs, and we are like more than 3/4 done with the season.
Yeah.
That is absurd.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
He has a 3.8 win probability added, which is tied for the most in baseball with Johan Duran on the Twins.
Johan Duran, the relief pitcher?
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, no, Verlander, I feel like he's got it locked up.
Oh, yeah.
Not much anyone can do about it. That's Cy Young. We
nice.
might as well move to another kind of interesting category of award. The most valuable player. The most valuable player award. And the NL, more specifically. Paul Goldschmidt has been insane. We haven't seen a season like this, honestly, in a very long time.
And we haven't seen the opportunity for the chance at winning the Triple Crown since 1937.
Stole my thunder.
I did.
No, for the NL.
Yeah, 1937.
Yeah, for the NL. Miggy won it not too long ago. But yeah, no, like we were gonna Triple Crown. It's very much in reach.
The Triple Crown watch is on.
He's got 33 homers. I believe Schwarber has 35 or 36. He's the only one ahead of him in the NL. He's got 105 RBIs, which leads the NL. And he's batting .338, which leads the NL by a lot, too. Do you think Paul Goldschmidt wins the Triple Crown?
Ooh. Yes.
Okay.
Let's make it fun. Baby.
I'm saying yes too, just because I'm rooting for it. He's gonna win the MVP. You might as well win the Triple Crown too.
Yeah, might as well.
He's never won an MVP in his career.
I'm just saying.
He's been twice in MVP voting. I mean, he's been second in MVP voting twice.
So I'm just going to say it right now that when Miggy won the Triple Crown, they had that crown and they gave him like they did like the whole celebration thing and they did like the photo shoot. I believe he's even on the cover of a magazine. Paul Goldschmidt will look a lot better with that crown than Miggy. No offense, love Miggy, love what he did. Like he's been one of the game's greatest. Paul Goldschmidt with the crown on his head, donning the cape with the little staff, is going to be my favorite photo from the offseason. I'm going to call it now.
I'm excited. To just... It's like just another thing to root for.
I'm
excited to see it. And like you said, we haven't seen it in the National League since 1937. The guy is having an insane year. He's batting .338.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy just gets up and hits the ball. Not to mention his on-base percentage is .423, which is the highest in the league.
His slugging highest in the league.
OPS highest in the league.
OPS plus total bases.
Yeah, wow. I wonder if we're both looking at the same thing. Baseball!
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 Baseball! Woo! Baseball! And I mean, you want to talk about his teammate?
Baseball. Who? Nolan Arenado?
I was more thinking of the teammate that's chasing another history mark.
Oh, I want to talk about Nolan Arenado first.
All right.
Let's talk about Nolan Arenado.
New father, Nolan Arenado.
They've both been insane.
His child looks very adorable. I'm very happy for him.
Hey, yo! Put him on the list.
Chat, don't put it.
But anyway, Nolan Arenado is also batting .306 this year. Insane.
Yeah.
In the membrane.
I want to know what they're feeding the people down, those players down in St. Louis.
306 with a 941 OPS. He's got 27 homers, 84 RBIs. Obviously, his defense has been good. I think he has 9 errors on the season, which, I expect less from Nolan Arenado in the error category. Although it's not a bad season for him. 11 errors, 15 errors. 2015, he had 17 errors. Although, if he gets 2 or less errors, he beats his error count for last year. So let's just hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nolan Arenado is having a great season too. Let's talk about the one that you wanted to talk about, the machine. Albert Pujols chasing 700 home runs. He was going off. It seemed like you couldn't get him out. But he slowed down just a little bit last week. He has 14 home runs currently, 693 on the career. Do you think he hit 7 home runs in the last month of the season?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I think he's going to finish with 696.
A-Rod?
Yeah, him and A-Rod are just
he's going to A-Rod it?
And he's going to be like, wait, I can't retire. And then he's not going to retire.
That would be so scummy. After the whole, farewell tour for him and Yachty. And then he's like, you know what? No.
I want to, I feel bad saying I don't think he'll get 700, but
so
I don't think he's going to get it.
The last month, you only think he's going to hit 3 home runs.
Yeah.
In the last 30-something games, he's only going to run into 3 homers. No, they finished up their series against the Rockies, I was about to say. But they play in Colorado again?
No, but even then, he had a good last 14 days. He has 6 homers. Last month, he's had 7 homers.
He could,
But then before that, the first 3 months of the season, he only had 7 homers total. So May he had 2 home runs. April and March he had 2 home runs. June he had 0 home runs. July he had 3 home runs. So I don't know. I'm just saying it depends. I get it. All just depends. It all just depends on how he's playing. But I personally don't think he's gonna get it.
They call him the Machine, Alex.
I just don't think
the Machine does machine things. Albert Pujols will hit 700 home runs.
I don't think he does.
That's crazy.
I think he hit 6. 690 something, maybe. I would love 696 or 695. That would be hilarious. If he's like with A-Rod or just below, and then you're in that limbo zone of, do I retire now? Like,
do I come back for a month or two?
Do I literally come back for a couple months and just
hit home
try to hit 700? But then it just feels awkward. It's like, I thought you were leaving, but here you are still, the 3-year-old man,
still swinging.
Yeah, I mean, if you were Pujols, would you say like, fuck it, I'm not retiring?
Well, if I were Albert Pujols, I would just simply hit 700 home runs.
Okay, theoretically, if you were Albert Pujols and you didn't hit 700 home runs this season, would you reconsider retiring?
Ooh, it would make me feel like a real big piece of shit because I've been getting the farewell tour. But I don't know.
I wouldn't retire. I'd say fuck that, and I'd come back for 2 months the next season.
I would definitely come back and be like, listen, guys, I need this. Like, it is a milestone. It's like the cherry on top of a guaranteed Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I want to know what
I think he needs to come back.
I want to know what voters are not going to vote him in. You know? Like, it's not like he's going to be a unanimous Hall of Famer. That's a very, like, an illustrious title.
I think he is.
Unanimous.
Yeah, I think so.
That'll be interesting. You don't think like one Cubs writer is not going to vote for him?
No, I don't think so.
Like one Astros guy isn't going to vote for him?
No, I think the crazy thing is that if he had a couple better years with the Angels, if he played, like, if he didn't gain, okay, this sounds bad, but if he didn't gain the weight and play terribly for the Angels in those years, like, he played decent, but he wasn't Cardinals Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
If he kept being Cardinals Albert Pujols, or even just slightly better than he played with the fucking Angels, he would have been the best player of all time. Not arguable.
We wouldn't be talking about him chasing 700. We would be talking about him chasing like 750.
Like Barry Bonds' record.
Yeah. Because when you just look at his stats from his first go around with the Cardinals, from his rookie season all the way to 2011, he was next level. He did take a fall off in LA, which is sad, but, you know, it happens.
He took a big fucking fall off. Man played 149 games in 2017, had a 672 OPS.
It's impressive.
Never batted above 3. He never batted above 285, and he probably averaged...
With the Angels?
he had a 256 batting average in 10 years, as opposed to the Cardinals, where he had a 327 batting average in 12 years with the Cardinals. That is insane.
It's wild. It's so wild to me.
Although, regardless of if Pujols hits 700 or not, he's always gonna lead baseball in most grounded into double plays with 423. So, yeah. Can we give Albert Pujols a round of applause?
Could get to 425.
Good job, Pujols.
Good job, Albert.
Yeah.
Way
so
to do
it. That lead is ever growing.
Yeah.
That's Pujols.
I'm
just interested to see this whole last month of the season. There's so much to look out for, whether it's a postseason race or a guy chasing 700 history, or
we have
history in a different way.
Yeah, we have 2 milestones.
History could be made twice. The Cardinals are just racking up ticket sales. Between Paul Goldschmidt Triple Crown and Pujols 700 homers, they are just racking up triples. They are just racking up ticket sales.
Paul Goldschmidt and Albert Pujols, known speed demons, racking up triples for the
Albert
organization.
Pujols, career
triples.
117 stolen bases in his career.
Yeah, he used to be fast. He only has 16 triples.
It's only 16 triples. Kind of disappointing. He had 4 triples in his rookie season.
It's wild.
Nice.
Yeah, big Albert Pujols guy here.
Last time Pujols had a triple was 2014. He only had 1 triple with the Angels in 10 years.
What a weird thing. What a weird thing to know.
What do you mean, what a weird thing to know? I'm looking at it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, now that I know it, it sounds weird.
Yeah. What else do we got? If we want to we'll stick with the Cardinals, might as well. Jordan Montgomery has been a demon since being traded. from the Yankees to the Cardinals in exchange for a guy who hasn't even played for the Yankees yet.
Harrison Bader, baby.
Jordan Montgomery has pitched 5 games with the Cardinals.
He collapsed last night.
It's fine. It's fine. He's played 5 games with the Cardinals. He's 4-0 with a 1.76 ERA. In 30 2/3 innings pitched. He has a 8.15 WHIP. He struck out 28. He's insane. He had like the best before last night when how many runs did he give up? He gave up 5 runs last night. Okay. Before last night,
like 1 inning too.
Before last night, he had probably the best first games from a player traded to a team like ever.
The Cardinals look like they won the trade deadline from one trade.
It's insane. He gave up 1 run total in his first 4 starts. One of them was a complete game shutout, which was completely overshadowed with the fact that Albert Pujols hit a home run and they won 1-0. But Monty has been amazing, and I'm happy for him.
Attaboy, Monty.
I'm so happy for him. I love Monty.
The beard looks very, very good on him, but he does need to clean it up. It's annoying me that, like...
Beard?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that yet.
But, like, he's growing it out, but it's not... I don't want to say patchy. It's not full yet. Like, he needs to trim it, make it, like clean it up a little bit. From one beard guy to another, Monty. Just hear me out.
Very confident in your own beard game. But yeah, that's the Cardinals. I mean, I think they're gonna, like I said, I've been saying this all year. They're gonna win the NL Central, and
did we both have them to win the NL Central? Did
Maybe,
I take the Brew Crew?
I don't know. I'm not pulling it up right now. But yeah, they're gonna win the NL Central, and it's sad because that means the Brewers aren't gonna make the playoffs because I don't think they're gonna be a wild card team.
No, their fall from grace has been one for the ages.
I mean, they're only 2.5 games out, so let's not automatically assume, but I don't know. Just I personally don't think they're going to be in the wild card. I honestly don't even want to see them in the playoffs.
Neither do I.
I mean, I don't enjoy watching the Brewers.
They've turned into a very run-of-the-mill average team. Like, they do have Willy Adames, Hunter Renfroe, Devin Williams, those are like their guys, per se. And Andrew McCutchen has kind of been lighting it up for him along with Rowdy Tellez. But those are like their 3 guys, and they're not really... Like, they need pieces. They need things to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. What else can we talk about here? The Subway Series was this week. It was fun.
Very fun.
I think the Yankees swept the Subway Series. I think both games were very fun. The second game had me shitting my pants.
Yeah.
The Mets, Lindor coming up, bases loaded. I could already hear Lindor with a swing and a drive.
Yeah.
I was terrified, but the Yankees pulled it out. They split the season series. Preview of the World Series?
I wish I could say yes.
No, yeah, I can't say yes either.
I can't say yes.
Whoever is in the NL is going to run into the Dodgers, and that's just an issue.
And whoever's in the AL is going to run into the Astros.
It's scary times. Although the Astros have lost 2 in a row.
Do they have that?
If that means anything to you.
It doesn't matter.
They lost to the Orioles last night. Trey Mancini's former team. Trey Mancini's been amazing for them so far, by the way.
Yeah, what a good pickup. Trey Mancini's been good. Jorge Lopez on the Twins, I feel like I haven't even heard about him. Like, I don't know what happened to Jorge Lopez.
Wait. That's not what we were talking about.
I know. I was just saying.
I want to talk about the Subway Series right now.
You were talking about the Astros and the Orioles.
No. You started talking about the Astros, and I was like, well, they've lost 2 in a row,
Then you said Trey Mancini.
But Subway Series, Yankees won the first game. Yankees won both games 4-2.
Yeah. And they won.
Aaron Judge homered off Scherzer, and then he homered the next night 2. They pushed the Grom start back because they didn't want the Grom to get rocked in the Bronx the day after Scherzer got rocked in the Bronx. Yeah. What? No, but they also did push back Scherzer's start.
The Groms. The Yankees also did make some history, by the way, with beating the Blue Jays and then beating the Mets twice, all with the score of 4-2. They were the first team in Major League history to win 3 straight games with the score of 4-2.
That's Mariano Rivera stuff right there.
Yeah, that is Mariano Rivera stuff.
Love that.
But yeah, I thought that was like the weirdest thing. I read that and I was like, "There's no way that's true."
The Yankees are having a lot of problems right now. I mean, they don't have a closer. Chapman is unreliable. He's also on the. Aroldis Chapman hit the IL yesterday for probably one of the most bizarre reasons I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He got a tattoo. No. Okay. He got an infection from a tattoo. The man's a multimillionaire. What kind of tattoo shop is he going to? You would figure he would pick a tattoo shop that's like reliable and isn't going to give him an infection. I don't know how tattoos work. I don't know if that's like a...
No, it's not a common thing. It's not a common thing when you're getting a tattoo.
Where's he going? That must be... It's one of the most bizarre reasons I've ever seen someone go on the IL. Yeah. That and Jabba Chamberlain breaking his arm from jumping on a... Jabba Chamberlain breaking his arm from jumping on a trampoline. That was probably up there.
I remember, like, Alex and I, we've always been Yankee fans. I remember when we first heard that, I was like, there's no way that's real. There's no way.
It was hilarious. But yeah, no, that's up there for one of the most funny reasons a player's gone on the IL. And he's on, I think, the 15-day IL for an infection.
A leg infection.
Whatever.
It's on his, and it's best part, it's on his left leg. Like, that's the leg that he puts all his weight on. Like, it's not just going to be a 15-day IL stint. Honestly, I don't think that we see him back until the playoffs. Maybe not even.
Oh, I was more thinking, like, why the hell is he on the 15-day IL? Like, just get over it type thing.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Just take the infection out.
If you don't want to deal with the infection, don't deal with it. If you pretend it's not there, then it's not there.
Yeah. But anyway, the Yankees don't have a closer. They just kind of throw people out. Last night they lost to the Athletics in probably the worst way possible. 0-0 going into the 10th inning. They score 2 runs from a wild pitch because the pitcher literally didn't have it. He threw 2 pitches because they both almost got away. Then he threw a 3rd pitch and it got away. Then Stephen Vogt, the 55-year-old man, hit a 2-run home run to tie the score at 2 in the 10th inning. Then the bottom of the 11th inning, they have 1 out. Runner on first. They get the out at second. Or runner on first and second. First and third. They get the out at second.
Ground ball,
double play ball. Out at second. Throw over to first. Error.
It's bad throw.
It
could have been called for interference, but it wasn't. Like it could have went either way with the slide that went into second base.
They didn't deserve to win that game.
Yeah, the Yankees did not deserve to win that game, but still.
It was quite the shame.
Yeah, it's fine though. It's fine. It happens. Not worried.
Well, it just sucks. They were on a 5-game winning streak. You know, it's all right.
Do you want to round out this episode by talking about?
Round out the episode. We're not done.
What else do we have to talk about?
I don't know.
We've hit everything.
I don't think we talked about the AL Central.
Do we have to? The Guardians are good.
You said to me before the episode, we got to talk about the Guardians.
Yeah.
And then you didn't mention them.
And how long have we been going?
Like an hour. What's the problem here? Talk to me about the Guardians, man.
The Guardians are good. It's weird. Everyone wrote them off. The Twins. Everyone was like, the Twins and the White Sox are going to run away with the division. And the Guardians said, fuck you. We're winning this. And they've been good. Josh Naylor has been a psychopath who probably spends his off days in psych wards. Emmanuel Clase has been very, very dominant. Jose Ramirez is Jose Ramirez. Which, you know, it's very strange that there's another, like, switch-hitting third baseman that's just, like, very good defensively. I feel like we're just watching the second coming of Chipper Jones type of thing.
Yeah.
Which is a very big title to put on J-Ram, but it's one of the only things in baseball that you can say with, like, confidence, and people can be like, yeah, like, just what Alex did. Like, it's not something to debate. He's great.
Like, yeah. No, I see it.
That contract, like, I'm very happy that the Guardians locked him up.
Yeah, me too. Trading him would have been a bad option in the beginning of the season.
Or even letting him walk. There were rumors.
Or letting him walk, yeah. Emmanuel Clase, like you said, has been insane. I mean, 57 games pitched, a 1.17 ERA, 30 saves, leads the league. That is insane.
So I've been lucky enough that like I've caught the tail end of some Guardians games where we get to see Emmanuel Clase come in, or Clase, however the hell you say it. It is insane how accurate his cutter is. His cutter is elite, and pairing it with the slider that he has, or the off-speed pitch, whatever you want to call it, because sometimes it doesn't break sideways, sometimes it just breaks straight down. It's insane how accurate he is with it for throwing it at such a high velocity. I mean, a 94-mile-an-hour slider, a 100-mile-an-hour cutter. It's not possible. Like, if you're a hitter,
it's unhittable.
You can't sit on one pitch because they both look the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's unhittable.
Yeah. And shout out Pitching Ninja for all the overlays of Emmanuel Clase's cutter and slider that I watched last night for like a good 5 minutes of my life. Never getting those 5 minutes back, but I'm very happy to say I invested the 5 minutes.
Yeah, and even last year, Clase had a 1.29 ERA in 71 games. I mean, he's different breed. Yeah. I'm glad that I got his All-Star Game jersey.
You did?
I did.
Nice.
I did. But yeah, I mean, how do you want to round out the episode?
The World Baseball Classic, baby.
Oh, wait, no, before we do that, we have one more thing.
Never mind.
One more very important thing. The Rangers...
Put the Baseball Classic on.
The Rangers fired their general manager and their manager. That's it. Okay, World Baseball Classic. Let's talk about it. Team USA is looking stacked so far with all the commits. Here, I'll pull up the team. I'll pull up the team.
Hold on, I want to see how much I can name. How much of the team can I name? How much of the team can I name? Ready? Here we go. Okay.
I have it pulled up. You go for it.
Pete Alonso, Cedric Mullins, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, JT Realmuto, who's the third outfielder? Did I say Cedric? Pete Alonso, Tim Anderson.
You're missing one.
Who's playing second? I don't know.
You're missing two then.
Second and pitcher.
There's no pitchers.
No pitchers committed yet?
Well, not at the graphic I'm looking at, so you don't have to guess the pitchers.
I don't know. Tell me.
His name is Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Oh my God. How did I forget him?
And then Trevor Story's playing second.
Trevor Story.
It's a stacked team. Just the fact that you have Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Mike Trout, and Bright. Like, no. I was going to say just a few players that just stand out, but the entire team stands out.
The only one that's a question mark is Tim Anderson because no one knows if he'll be 100% healthy to play.
He will be. By March of 2023, he'll be healthy. He'll be fine. The team's stacked. And then there've been rumors on different teams and like...
I mean, Jose Altuve is also playing in the World Baseball Classic. He's playing for Venezuela, I believe. Like, it's not just Team USA that has this stacked lineup. Like, every country that is going to be in the World Baseball Classic has at least one MLB-level guy, you know? And that's great to see. Like, the game of baseball is ever growing. The game of baseball is extensive, and it spreads to every corner of the globe. And the World Baseball Classic is the perfect way to round it out. I believe that Alex and I will be in Miami for...
There's no guarantees.
No guarantees, but it's in the works. It's coming down the pipeline, if that sounds right.
I get like we can say it like that. I'm looking at my homework drafts.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we're ready for the homer draft.
All right.
Do you want to say your picks first? I think that would be a good idea.
Sure. So last week I went with Rowdy Tellez in the National League and Kyle Tucker in the American League. And Rowdy Tellez hit 4 solo homers, and Kyle Tucker hit 1 solo home run, but had missed 4 home runs. 2 2-run home runs and like 1 grand slam in a solo shot by less than 5 feet. All of those were less than 5 feet. And I was very upset about that. But I got 5 total points, 5 total runs on my homer draft. I'm now up to 72 on the season.
Okay.
And what about you?
I could have made some ground here. I think I did make some ground, thankfully. I had Aaron Judge and Freddie Freeman.
Oh.
Aaron Judge had 5 total. He had 2 solos against the Mets. And then he had a 3-run home run in Oakland 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And then I had Freddie Freeman, who had 1 solo homer. So I made up points. That's what is that, 60?
I don't know what you're at.
No, I mean 6.
Yeah.
And I was at 40, so I have 46 now.
All right, 46, 72. It's getting interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to pick first?
No, I'll let you pick first. I picked first last week, I believe.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Paul Goldschmidt.
All right, good pick. That's actually who I wanted to take as the National League. God damn it.
Kind of assumed.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with 2. Oh no, we're frozen.
Why are we frozen?
I don't know. Did your phone die?
No. Yeah, probably.
Crap.
That's fine. Just keep going.
All right.
They can listen.
Yeah, they can listen. All right, guys, it's not you, it's us.
All right, just keep going. Keep going.
I'm going to go with I'm going with 2 guys who I don't think either one of us have picked so far. Nationally, give me Andrew McCutchen.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then, I guess I did the second pick as well.
Yeah.
In the American League, give me Gleyber Torres. How's
Okay.
that?
I'm gonna go with in the AL. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with. I don't know. I'll go with Julio. No. I'll go with Adley. Just change it up.
That's fun.
Yeah. And then we have our homework question from last week. If you could have a game, a special game like the Field of Dreams game, where would you have it?
I said...
Wait, let me play the audio first.
Make sure you do your homework.
Perfect. All right, go on. Oh, we're not frozen anymore, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Hello, welcome back, everybody. Yes, we are moving.
Just go.
So, if I were to do a game in like a movie location like that...
Oh, it has to be a movie? No.
Well, not
I just meant like any.
Yeah, like any sort of location. Great place for a game would have to be some sort of thing to do with the Sandlot. Like, the Sandlot is like my number one. Like, obviously the field would need to be renovated and everything. Like, not exactly where, but something centered around the Sandlot, because you could make so much content out of it if you're the MLB, along with the fact that all the members
They
of
already
the
have
cast
the Little
are
League-
still involved.
They already have the Little League World Series game. I don't know. I don't really like
what's
that.
what's your
Mine would be they build a stadium by the Grand Canyon, and you have the Grand Canyon in the backdrop.
They build it at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. How's that?
That I don't know about. But like they just build it like right by the Grand Canyon, and just having the Grand Canyon in the background, and you can make like desert theme or whatever the hell you want. Like,
So
like you know how Iowa's the corn, there's just cactuses.
Yeah, it would be Diamondbacks and.
It would be Diamondbacks. I don't know.
Like who would play at your game?
Who would play Diamondbacks for the inaugural game? Definitely the Diamondbacks, because Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Diamondbacks. Whoever they want to play, doesn't matter. Diamondbacks, Yankees.
Diamondbacks, Yankees. Okay.
The 2001 World Series.
I would do at the Sandlot game.
Yeah.
I would do the Dodgers and the Rockies.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you. I actually spent a lot of time thinking about that.
The Rockies, what the hell?
Because I'm pretty sure I haven't watched the Sandlot in like a couple months. I'm pretty sure that's the
Dodgers
the
makes
matchup.
sense because.
Well, no, because not Kenny the Jet. I was about to say Kenny the Jet Smith. Can you tell I want the basketball to come back? God damn it! The main character,
Benny the Jet
Rodriguez. He turns out to be on the Dodgers. So the Dodgers are a shoo-in. And I'm pretty sure that in the game that they flash to in the beginning and the end of the movie is against the Rockies. Don't quote me, but I think it is.
I have no idea what you're even talking about. Yeah, no, that would be shit, by the way.
Crimea River.
Anyway, do you have a homework question for this week? Because I don't have one. Do you want to make one?
Oh, I gotta make one on the spot. Oh shit. Okay.
I don't have one prepared.
All right. If you could
it's about
bring...
to be the most stupid question of all
No.
time.
If you could bring one like all-time great player back to a team for one season, who would it be and why? Like, what team do you think would benefit from having one all-time great on their team?
I don't hate it. All right, that's a good question.
Screw you.
Okay, well, that'll do it.
That'll do
For
it.
this episode.
Woo!
Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. This has been an episode of the Normal Baseball Podcast. Let's throw a thumb. Throw thumbs. And we will see you guys next time.